welcome to Planning Phase Syndicate. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight or this afternoon, depending on where you are at. We have an amazing XTC game stream coming up here for you in the next few minutes. We are going to have Spain versus Malaysia, a Empire versus Rebel or Republic list. If you don't know who we are, I am Christopher Tanner, your host of Planning Phase Syndicate. We air every Sunday night a podcast live at 9 p.m. Eastern or 100 UTC time. We talk everything X-Wing plus a little bit about why we love Star Wars. Tonight, we are going to be streaming I believe this is the second or third game that they've been played in this series. We have Juan from Spain with a Vader list against Luis from Malaysia. Currently, right now, Spain is up 2 with 1 tie, so 2-1, versus Malaysia is 2 losses. So Malaysia here looking to try to pull the win out. With that being said, it's going to be a fun game. Are they? Yeah, my icons are swapped. Good job there, Coldfax. I always do that too.
Yeah, we had to swap them out. That's why.
Yeah, let me go move them. Welcome, JJ. I guess you're joining me on the mic too.
Hey. Good afternoon, everybody. How is everybody doing this fabulous Wednesday afternoon?
Yeah, JJ is technically just getting done with work, so he may pop in and out.
Yep, I still got like an hour, but yeah.
Oh. Unlucky for you. I started early today. So I did not know this, but I guess Louise must be either be a big fan of 186 Squadron or on their team.
Yeah, I believe he is one of the members of 186. Yep.
Awesome. He's also the team captain, so we're getting a little bit of captain action here today. With me, I'm going to go ahead and run the list down real quick. I have, for Spain, we have Empire with Vader, Malice, Juke, and HLC. Basically the original Vader setup. Along with Vizine, whatever. Can we call him Vizine? I think I'm going to call him Vizine. Vizine has... Yeah, I like Vizine better. Vizine with Palpatine. Then we are going to have Iden with a shield upgrade. Wampa with Elusive, which is the correct call for Wampa, in my opinion. And one ISB Jingle List with Overtune modulators, which I'm assuming is for that 3 or 4K. On Malaysia's side, we have Hound with Satine, which I think is a very interesting choice I want to talk about in a few minutes. Hondo and 7th Fleet Gunner. Boost with APTs. Oddball with dedicated ion torpedoes, proton rockets, and sync console. Contrail with dedicated, because now Contrail's 3 points, and we're going to give that guy all sorts of loadout. Dedicated R7A7, synced console, Besh, and proxy mines, and then good old Obi-Wan in the Aether Sprite with CLT, sync console, R2D2, and marksmanship. So
solid
JJ,
list.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that is a very, very solid list. I definitely like the Republic salad that we're getting. It's kind of a little bit of everything for this list, and I'm very, very interested to see how Louis will pull this out.
What I want to say, we're going to come back to Satine in a minute. I want to say, though, proxies being able to put on Contrail, nobody remembers those. That is just crazy, right? Like, I never remember Contrail could take bombs. I actually played one on Monday night, and almost, if Contrail had not been one-shotted, I would have easily taken some damage.
Absolutely.
All right, so it looks like they're going to roll for first player. So let's talk about Satine a little bit, right? Can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
because I think that's a unique choice. We have not seen that, and the irony of that is I've actually been looking at running her in my Republic list. Hondo still allows you to coordinate, but at the start of engagement, so it's not an action that you're actually taking, right? You can spend the 2 energy, and each friendly ship may choose to gain 1 deplete token and a focus, or gain a disarm token and take an evade token. So when it says each friendly ship, not only does it not give range, right? There is no range. It is also allowing you to take it yourself, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Each friendly ship. Now, the best part about this particular combo with Hound is that Hound is able to provide a ship that's going to be in the fray with that evade token and that disarm token, and then Hound can essentially take away that disable token onto himself, especially if it's around where he's recharging 7th Fleet Gunner. And they're going to have that both offensive and defensive mod, assuming that they did like a focus or a target lock on their turn, and really give a really get big boost to the friendly ships. I'm really interested to see the combo with this version with Oddball, who's running with the Proton torpedoes. Oddball can go in, do the barrel roll, link into a red evade, and then use Satine to get the focus token if he has that bullseye, enabling those proton torpedoes, and Hound just takes away that deplete token, and you get a full, a really nice shot onto one of those ships there with the proton rocket.
Yeah. Now the question I have: are you sure Hound can take that? If he already has a disarm token, I don't think he can.
Oh yeah, that's right. He wouldn't be able to in that case. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But if he didn't, though, he would be able to take that weapons disabled. So yeah.
Okay, so that is kind of the thing there. So
let me just make sure here. Hang on, let's see here.
It does.
Friendly
It says
in your it gains a deplete or strain token. Okay, so you wouldn't be able to take that weapons disabled. But still, if you're running away, trying to disengage, it's still a very good way to get that free evade from one of your ships.
Yeah, the other thing, too, think about it this way, JJ. If you already have a disarm token on Hound, why not take another one? It's not going to hurt you.
Exactly.
Hound's going to get a free... Literally, Hound is going to get a free action there, right? Like, it's just a free evade. Yeah,
this definitely makes Hound be a very, very good support ship, especially with Hondo, and it allows Hound to really fulfill that role in this particular salad list of giving out tokens and support and rerolls for the rest of the list here.
Yeah, and so now the question I have is: do you think Hound takes a target lock round 1 on like an obstacle, so that way the first time Hound decides he wants to disarm and get an evade, he doesn't lose the evade, he just loses the target lock?
Yeah, I think that would be probably the best way to do that. Absolutely.
Because that's what we've seen in the past with Hondo lists. Hondo's not very popular, though, weirdly enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do think that it is something, if it were me, it is something that I genuinely agree with. And it looks like Sandy's challenging you in the chat, because last night on Nickel City, we saw Crispy drop an electro proton bomb with Boba right in front of a bunch of droids. And it is an extended league. But I believe tonight you have a game against Sandy, right? They're playing you at 6:30 tonight, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
Right here. So if you want to see non-XCC stuff, you can stick around at 6:30. We will be streaming another game, but it'll be an extended league game. So it looks like absolutely. They have a lot of the assaults, the satellites kind of set up towards the center of the board. Both teams opted not to place a satellite on Malaysia's side of the board.
Yeah, very interesting setup here for the satellites for Louis' side and putting it more towards the neutral center. It's going to make it a little harder for. I guess this is kind of like forcing that engagement for those locations, and it kind of like make sure that they're in the frame most of the time while they're taking those positions for the satellites.
And I think the this call to bring um these gas clouds is interesting. I think we have not seen a lot of cloud play, right? Um come about recently, but I think that that is something that is going to be very important going forward, especially because you get those ion tokens, right?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
if you are a Republic ship, you probably don't care as much about the ions as you do if you're an Empire list ship.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it looks like we're going to try to put all the obstacles, because they're baby obstacles, right in one area.
Yeah, you're definitely giving the Reaper like area to gallop and like really get into the center mix to claim those objectives, and and just allowing yourself to give yourself that space to maneuver in that area.
Yeah, I can't believe all three of those or four of those things fit that close together. That's crazy to me. Maybe it's just my angle, because, I'm on stream angle versus, looking at it in person. But
Yeah, he's really thinking about it. And the thing is, it's Louis too who's controlling this part here, is making sure he's placing that there, and looks like he's kind of putting one more towards the center there, making sure that there's a little bit of coverage in that center objective there.
yeah, I think it's to make sure, if you're going to, it's to split that lane up, right? You're
Yeah,
forcing a lane split where you have to make a decision. Whereas if you put them all closer together, it's not quite as much of a decision. Um, it is a way to basically say you're not going to engage me here if you're going to run in formation. But really, here we only have three ships that have to run in formation. Um, and even the Wampa ship, in my opinion, can almost kind of just circle one of these objectives, right? Like,
yeah.
if I'm Wampa, I'm probably circling an objective, you know?
All right, and we're getting the placements here now from both sides, starting with the Empire placing Wampa and the Reaper right in the center there. They have a pretty good lane to go right down the center if they need to.
Yep, and I think that it gives him the option to either go straight or to turn off and say, hey, I'm not going to engage as often. And I think it all depends on where Louis puts his all his ships down at it, right? Because you want Hound close enough to be able to affect some of these other ships. Yep, and there we go. We get Hound going on the opposite side, saying, hey, I'm going to make you come get me.
Yeah, Hound wants open space so that way he can clear like the edge of the board and have the rest of the heavy hitting list towards the center, and that way he can rotate and help out as needed.
Yeah, and I think here too you have, one of the big things that you're looking at having, right, is the fact that we have Hound is probably not going to engage and shoot very often. It is a very, very supportive ship with that Satine and that Hondo crew. God, that I've never thought about that Satine and 7th Fleet Gunner combo. That is such a good combo.
Yeah, it really boosts up the attack power of this list here, and it's even better when you combine it with like a CLT Jedi that has it in bullseye. You can essentially, especially at range one, make them roll 4 dice and then add the focus results if you have them in the bullseye, and that's basically an APT going into a ship using 7th Fleet Gunner. So it's really good on CLT Jedi's if they can get them right into range.
Yeah. Now I'm going to look up Oddball's ability. I don't think I've ever flown Oddball in a torrent, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
he has the same ability as the rest of the
Okay.
other iterations of Oddball. So as long if he performs a red action or red maneuver, if he has an enemy in the bullseye, he can acquire target lock. The barrel roll into evade is particularly nice on that particular ship, and that could allow him to get that defensive mod and get the target lock on an enemy, and then further boosted by 7th Fleet Gunner and Satine.
Yeah, and I like the I like the choice of boost here is a Z95 over some of the other ones that we've seen. And I say that because I feel that there is a huge benefit here to having boosts, because you could take your target lock, and then if you want to boost in, if you're either one-on-one with the ship or one-on-two, and you want to get that APT off to really do some burst damage, you can easily do that. And then if you don't want to, you could stay, farther back, and you don't have to worry about it. So I really like that choice of how he has boost set up there.
Yeah, and very interesting setup from Louis' side as well. He has the formation more set up towards the top of the board on the right. Not very many objectives on that side. I think the Empire probably has the greatest agency to claim and contest those objectives more than the Republic does, but we'll see how fast and aggressive Louis goes with his list here.
Yeah, I would think so. I'm going to make that a darker green for Wampa there. Try and differentiate it for the overlay. Yeah. I really wish TTS would just automatically color every ship, whether you're identical or not. Because like on screen, it looks so much more pretty that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Obi could just always be purple, right? Just give me a purple.
Yeah, and I know in when I play in person, I always like to have like my colored bases and pegs on all my ships, just because it looks so much better than just the plain clear ones.
Well, you're super fancy. I don't have colored ones, I don't think. Were those like FFG issued ones or something?
Yeah, those are the original FFG from 1.0. Yeah, the only thing they don't have is just the medium bases, which I wish they did, because I would love to have a few of my medium bases, namely the fire sprays, to have the color bases.
Yeah, and it looks like we're getting ready to go. It looks like we're getting some dials set here. And the one thing I don't have up is the chat. Are you in? Are you in?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Can you just watch the chat inside of the table for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace, middle base, medium base colors. Yeah, I don't know. I've never had any of those, so man, everybody likes this weird black and like starry map. I hate this map. The passion. It's ugly. All right, so we're gonna get a roll off. And we can actually start the timer as soon as we get our roll off here.
All right, and that's the players starting. They're going to go ahead and proceed with round one here. All right, and looks like the Republic will have first player for this first round here.
Yep, and I think this is going to be interesting because do you think we're going to get the Empire? So we have the Jingoist. Do you think we're going to get that Jingoist going super fast and kind of coming into the lane where between the two gas clouds?
I think if I'm Juanjo's if I'm playing his list here, I think I would be a little more cagey at this point. I would probably do maybe a 4 straight and then into a 2 straight, just so I can react to the Republic's advance to see how aggressive they're going to be. If they decide that they're going to slow roll towards the top down to the center, then I'll probably turn in by turn number 3, so that way I can have at least 2 rounds of scoring that objective on the bottom center.
Yep. And there you go. We got the target lock on the rock to begin with, like we predicted. We are getting the pre-position. It's not a boost anymore, right? It's a pre-position maneuver.
It looks like that was a coordinate from Vizier to Vader, giving him that boost.
Yeah, because Vizier can coordinate after he does his ailerons. I just couldn't
Yeah.
remember what they're not called a boost anymore. It's just I guess maybe it's just an aileron maneuver, right? Maybe that's
Yeah.
just what it is. So we see Wampa being playing it very slow there. Probably going to just do a one hard next turn and stay close to that objective. So we get the Django is churning it and not going up the lane. So I wonder if they're going to use Vizier as cover here.
He does leave himself open a way to turn towards the center with Vizier being able to move before him. So Vizier can easily go towards the center and claim that objective if your range control's right. But we'll see how aggressive the Empire comes in, or sorry, the Republic comes in here, because it looks like they're starting off a little slow here. The Empire is set up to have a pretty good turn next turn to control quite a few objectives.
Yep, and it looks like most of them have been taking target locks. Oops. Most of them have been taking target locks here. Setting up that Hondo. Does that, yeah, not Contrail. Contrail says, folks, I'm going to boost.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're going to get a boost target lock too. Never mind. We're just going to take it for the stress. So,
Yeah, it makes sense here. You want to set yourself up here for the Hondo coordinate. So it's easy to set yourself up with a coordinate and then jam off somebody's lock on that rock and get yourself some mods.
yeah, and it's, you know what's really good is that Contrail's a 5. Like, I kind of dismissed Contrail at first when I first started when they upped his points, and now I'm not dismissing him. I think he's a very solid piece here that is being under, like, for 3 points. I think Contrail's actually really good.
Absolutely.
So we get Vader coming into the center there, outpacing all the other ships.
Yeah, Vader in this list here looks like he's going to be the killer here. He wants to go in and try to take out ships as quickly as possible and let the rest of the ships just score objectives. He does have enough time to basically turn in that those TIE fighters to start just claiming those objectives slowly and then catch up with whatever survives Vader in that initial joust.
And I wonder if we'll see a boost. Nope, we're going to get a target lock here. I was wondering if we were going to see a boost coming.
Well, he boosted already, so he wouldn't be able to do it again.
Okay.
But I suspect that next turn we might get a boost as well to kind of push Vader towards the rear to the side of the Z95.
Everybody likes that little rock there, huh? Everybody wants to target lock that little rock. Man, too bad there wasn't a card that wouldn't let you spend your target lock to create a seismic charge on a rock. Give me a new bomb that does that.
I kind of wish that that gas clouds would not allow you to target lock them, right? Because if you go over them, you have to break them, right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Oh, man. So with Kira, can I just ask a dumb question? If Kira target locks a gas cloud and then lands on it, does it break her lock and then she can't shoot? And then whatever ship that is?
No, Kira supersedes that. So yeah, no, you can easily lock a cloud and go right over it and suffer nothing from it.
Okay. But if you land on it, though, do you still... Then does it... It does not break your lock at all?
Yeah, it doesn't break your lock at all because you ignore it.
Man, maybe with that Boba Eamon list, maybe switching back to Kira and getting all gas clouds, it would be beneficial.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can still blow them up with seismics, right?
Yeah, you can.
Man, you give me new things to think about every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to lock it, sit on it, not worry about ionizing myself.
So while the players set up for round number 2, let's talk about Gen Con coming up here. Mara, have you packed? Are you ready?
I have not packed, but I probably will this weekend. I'm not leaving till Thursday because my wife's birthday is on Wednesday, and I didn't want the extra $200 hotel room. So,
yeah.
So I'm actually going down with one of my locals. We're going to drive down. It's about a 5-hour drive for us, probably. It's 4.5 on Google Maps, but it's really going to be 5 hours with gas and stuff like that. I have packed all my lists up. and I have packed a few extra lists to play in case I change my mind. I've registered on TTT, so I'm pretty set to go. The kids are going away with my wife this weekend to go camping with their scout troop. So this weekend will be laundry duty and packing. So
Okay, makes sense.
yeah, I got my bottle of whiskey though, buddy. I got that in advance. You know me,
Nice.
I gotta bring my whiskey with me.
Absolutely, man.
So Hondo doesn't have a coordinate limit, does he?
I don't believe so. Hang on, let me make sure here. And, range 1 to 3, and it's choosing 2 ships.
Yep. Okay. So he could coordinate farther than other ones can. So do you think we're going to get a big churn in here then from the Republic? I mean, because Vader could just fly forward and boost and get right behind some of these, and he doesn't have to worry because it's not contrail. So
right, I do suspect that we'll get a 5 straight from Obi-Wan just to start harassing the TIEs in the back. I would be a little bit nervous about Vader coming to the back there, but Vader also has the option of doing the hard 3 and probably just getting around that cloud. That does put him into the teeth of this list, which I don't think he'll want to be there. But there's potential for Vader to come in different vectors here.
Yeah, and I think with keeping Iden right there with Wampa, between the elusive, Iden's extra shield upgrade, and her ability, Obi's not going to be able to take out one of those TIE fighters this round. So
yeah,
it will be sad. You will have to burn your Iden charge, but I mean,
that's dice not coming into Vader though.
Yeah, and that's true. And if you could keep Vader around forever, then I mean, because and here's where and it looks like Spain will get first player, but it to me it's kind of like and Vader is sometimes just an awful thing to deal with, only because if you can kill him, it's great because it's 9 points, but you're gonna have to focus the majority of your ships to do that. So
absolutely.
All right, so we do get the one hard with Wampa. Taking an evade. Nope, gonna take a focus. Gonna take something. It was an evade. Now it's probably gonna be a focus.
Having a little bit of... There we go.
Oh, they're getting a bigger focus for us. It's very nice of them to do that. Nobody else ever does that. Sandy, maybe you should do that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get Vizine. We're gonna get Vizine. I'm gonna call him Vizine. That's their new name. Coordinating Vader a focus, and then just moving one forward. And I will say there's a high probability they might have both those objectives with that medium base there.
Absolutely.
And that is definite points scored for that team. Yep, so we do get the churn in from Hound. Let's see if we get a Hondo coordinate. They don't. Those lats don't have boosts on them, do they?
They do not know.
Yeah.
If I'm the lad, I think I'll coordinate Obi-Wan here. Or
what
even
coordinate him? A boost or?
I'll coordinate him like a focus.
Yeah.
Just so he can take a lock and reposition if needed.
Yep, so he's gonna Hondo oddball there, and he's gonna coordinate boost. Damn, we gotta call this thing boost. Ugh. So my assumption is we're gonna get a churn in from boost, and we're gonna get a churn in from oddball. Nope, I guess we're gonna get it straight from boost, thinking that Vader's gonna come into the teeth there. I really don't think so though. Now boost is probably not that upset by that. I mean, boost has his ability, so. But you are gonna, especially if Vader comes in and boosts on you right there, Vader can do a 4 forward boosting so catch arc.
I think here you take a target lock and hope to set it up for a future turn. You got pretty good cloud cover there, and you have a focus, so you should be good defensively.
Yeah, because boost triggers at the engagement phase. So as long as there's a friendly ship, you can trigger your ability. So
And reaches for the boost early. Okay.
yeah, and I think it helps prevent, if Vader does the 3 hard and does turn in and get aggressive right there, it kind of helps a little bit with that.
I think that if Vader does the 3 hard, he still clears it from that angle.
Yep. So it looks like right now we are currently at 4 ejected points for Spain here. We get Oddball slow rolling it.
Yeah, this is where you definitely need your heavy hitters to get up into the mix right now.
And see, the question now here becomes is with Oddball, I mean, yeah, you just take a I don't know what else you do with Oddball. And Contrail is going to go into the center there. And I wonder if we just see Contrail take a focus here. Because you really don't want to be in Hound's way. That you do not want to. Unless Hound's going to do a stop maneuver and not coordinate next turn.
He's in a tough spot here. I absolutely agree. Taking a focus here right now would be the best thing for Contrail.
Yeah, because if you take the boost, you're forcing Hound to go fast. And Boost has already done their boost, so they're not going to be able to do that next turn. Nope. We are going to get the boost. All right. And he is going to reach out for a target lock, and I bet he's going to take it. And he's going to put it on Vader there. Yep. So very interesting choice.
Yeah, he should still be out of range from Wampa, but we'll see. And there we go. We get the 5 straight here from Obi-Wan. I think you go in for the boost to at least help contest that objective and take a focus at least.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Firecast. I do not think Vader's going to get shot here. Again, we could be wrong, I guess, but yep. Take your Obi. Yep. Barrel roll your Obi. Get your bullseye going. That's what I would do too. Try especially if you get a banger of a shot. Oh my God, we do get Vader turning in here.
Oh man, you see, and this is where taking the target lock onto Vader would have been really good because he would have been eating a advanced proton torpedo right here.
Yep, I did not see this coming. I did not expect Vader to turn in right there. Not with all those arcs. Not with all those arcs.
Oh, Vader will get first shot here. If you're Vader, who do you go after? Contrail or do you go after boost?
I don't. If you have the bullseye, you're going into Contrail. I don't think you do though.
And
I think you go into Contrail because Contrail. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think we'll see a Satine trigger here too, from the Republic, and he goes for the boost. Ooh, okay. That going right into the face of the lat. I think he arc dodges Contrail, maybe. I don't know. That's a tough angle.
That's a tough angle, yeah. All right, so this makes a little bit more sense because now you only have Oddball and Hound to deal with. So, and now this forces Hound not to take the. I mean, you got your HLC lined up, and it forces you. So we don't get a Satine trigger. I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, and taking a look at the top angle, it looks like he's still in the arc of Contrail there. I still think that Contrail boost was not the right call there, but hindsight.
Yeah.
We're going to see the range one here from Vader into the lat.
All right, so we just spend a force, 2 force. Yeah, you just spend both your force. Then you
And
got
we
to
got a
roll them
malice
down.
trigger as well.
Yep. Doesn't matter. It's HLC, right? Or is he not using HLC? He's not using
it's
HLC.
a primary shot. And that's going to be all into the lat.
Oh, man. So that'll be 2 crits, right?
And we're getting a dedicated trigger here from Contrail. We get a focus. And that's going to be 2 shields and 2 crits coming in. First crit here is going to be a fuel leak. Oh no, an extra damage. Second crit is a console fire.
Well, that lat does not like that.
And that is a huge, huge hit from Vader there. And I think he's actually clear. He probably has enough room there to do the 4K next turn.
Easily. Yeah, he easily does. Yeah, Hound should have taken could have taken that string. Yep. Though I will say I don't think Contrail's getting shot, but yes. All right, so we do have a bullseye lined up, right? Clear in the bullseye.
Yeah, bullseye, and looks like he might be hitting on Wampa.
Oof. I think it depends. Do you want to? Yeah, I think so. He's choosing not to go violently.
Okay.
Which is not what you wanted to see if you're Luis. That is not what you wanted to see on
absolutely.
I think you're right. Contrail does have Vader.
I wonder if you see a 7 Fleet gunner.
If it were me, I would, but
no 7 Fleet gunner.
I mean, you got the target lock, so I wonder if he forgot he had a target lock.
And he's checking 7 Fleet gunner. We're going to get a reroll here using the support fire. Oop, he accidentally rolled that one and rolls blanks into blanks. Only getting 1.
Yeah. Can you spend your target lock and do fire conversions all at once or no?
No.
Yeah,
it has to be separate dice. Yeah.
All right, so Vader getting 2 evades, so there you go.
Easy. Yeah.
Those defenders don't want to die. All right, so now we're going to see the next shot. We'll see Contrail no longer has the target lock on Vader. And I would say this is actually good here because before Vader was not going to be able to do it. And I see what they're doing. They're using their I forgot about that. They have sync console on all these Republic ships.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So he spent fire convergence, spends his lock, gives it to Oddball. Oddball at range 1 though, right?
He does have ion torpedoes, so he's considering that. And yep, we get the flip here. So this is an ion torpedo shot into Vader, obstructed. So it's a 4-on-4. All right. Gets hit, focus, and 2 blanks. Does have fire conversions available.
Galactic Republic there, man. That does suck. That's 2 rolls now that they've hit 2 blanks on. So.
And here's the fire convergence roll.
One
Only
more.
able to convert 1.
But you gotta focus, so. See if it can do anything into Vader. Nope. Vader just gonna spend his evade is my guess. Yep. There you go. Nothing onto Vader.
And so far, this pretty aggressive play here from Spain really, really paying out here.
I mean, when they
And no
say
shot from boost.
it's not a, this is definitely a dice game, you know, here, right with that. And I will say, Vader not having to do a 3 hard and unengage and being able to do a 4K here, he couldn't do a 4K behind Contrail because of the proxies. So
Yeah.
this does make a little bit more sense. All right, so we got Hound with 1. He's rolled 2 red blanks every time. That is definitely below average. And there's Vader with his one of 8 too. Vader's saying doesn't matter. Got to roll for console fire.
And takes
and we
it.
get it. Oh man.
Oh man. It's super rough.
So that puts Hound down to 4 hull. Hound could essentially be eliminated next round.
Yeah, definitely some early trouble here for the Republic here.
I believe the 4K fits here. It personally.
Yeah, and mainly because the lat and the even if the lat stays, right, it's gonna end up putting Oddball in a bad place. Oddball will have to go fast to clear it, otherwise he risks bumping into his own team. If he ends up bumping it, then there might be a possibility that Vader doesn't fit just because of the angle of Oddball. But I don't see the Republic intentionally bumping themselves just to block Vader.
I don't either. And seeing if you're Hound, do you want to really do a stop maneuver right here? Because it puts you tokenless, and you can't coordinate, and all of that jazz.
Yeah, it's not the best spot there. Now, if you're the TIE fighters on the back and you have Obi-Wan on your side, do you start turning in towards Obi-Wan?
At this point, I sure as heck would. Because at this point, you can now the goal is how do we start taking something else out? Because if Hound's gone, right? Once Hound's gone, then this list starts to lose a little bit of its oomph, and you got to get Boost in here right now. Boost has to get in. But yeah, if I'm the TIE fighters, I just won hard right here. You still maintain those 2 objectives.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's a good point. I did not see the arc either, now that you mention that. I guess I didn't pay attention because I knew there was range 1.
Yeah, when the arc came out, it did go just past the side of Oddball there. But because of the angle of it, I don't know if the rear part, or at least the middle section of Oddball, would be enough clearance for that base, just based on the angle.
So here,
I'm gonna
rotate it. Just we're gonna break stream protocol and rotate it. So that's what it looks like on that side. So there is a probability Oddball could affect it if you stay put and bump, that tip might just barely catch Vader. But then again, now you're taking a shot into Oddball, right? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's close. I will tell you that. I do think that tip for Oddball might catch him.
Now, taking a look at the other ships here. Now, looking at Boost, you would be tempted to go chase Vizier here. However, I think that if doing the 3 straight and sending yourself for a possible boost, or even a 2 straight and sending her up with a potential boost, would be probably a good call to go help out Obi-Wan on the other end, and that still gives you range 1 of that center objective. And that opens up Hound to be able to do a 3-bank pass Vader and hopefully clear him and get some actions out. And if you're your Vizier, do you ailerons here? or do you just do
I would not.
the? Okay.
I would choose not to here if I were. If you're because either you're going to coordinate. I mean, do you probably if you don't aren't if you're concerned what Vader's going to do, you're coordinating Vader if you can. So, I think doing that aileron just, I mean, it's fine. You could go around that cloud. That's not a big deal. But, I don't know. To me, it's kind of like, I guess if do you want to get shot or not, right? You know, like how confident are you that you're not going to get taken out of the board? You know,
Exactly.
And Firecast, yeah, he could sloop to the right. That's true. It just puts him so far away for coordinating is all. And that's kind of what we've seen Team Spain do is coordinate. All right, so we're going to get a roll for round 3. And it looks like Spain will be the initiator for this round. You think ignore Obi? You could ignore Obi. I mean, in reality, Obi's going to be very hard to kill. Except for Obi only has 4 health. So I guess it just kind of depends. Obi does not have... Obi has R2-D2, though. Yeah. So we are going to get a proxy mine drop in case Vader gets 2 kg there. And we'll see what Vizier does. We know where Contrail's going.
All right, and we get a 2 straight here, or sorry, a 2 bank here from going to the fray, trying to finish off Hound if he decides to go really aggressive.
Yep, and I think that's an okay maneuver for Wampa, right? And if Obi gets if Obi gets 2, like I'm gonna go in, instead of just 1 straighting, it kind of helps with Obi doing too fast of a maneuver here. So we do get the ailerons.
Do you see the sloop coming in?
Yeah, now I would say there probably is. And we are going to get a coordinate here. I assume we're coordinating Vader.
Might be reaching to Wampa, maybe.
You think? Yep,
Yeah.
Okay. So confident Vader will be able to complete his churn. And we do. Look at that. We get a 1 sloop. I thought they had 3 sloops. They have 1 sloop. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it. I love that. That is a maneuver I did not think of. That's probably why I don't fly those ships. So we do get the move from Hound. Hound coming in. Oh, man, that's going to block Wampa, isn't it? Or not Wampa. That's going to block Contrail, isn't it? Unless Contrail just 5 straights it or 4 straights it.
Yeah. I think even a 4 straight should be enough for Contrail to get away. Now, it will depend also what he does with boost as well, to see if he's able to not get in the way. So we'll see what he does here. But I would consider a reinforce at least for the lat here as an action.
Yeah, and where do you reinforce, though, right? Where do you reinforce?
You're going to get the majority of your shots coming in from the front, I would say, from the TIE fighters. I don't know if you really reinforce the rear just for a single Vader shot.
Well, and I think Vader wants him to do that because it takes the...
Oh, and we get the Hondo coordinate.
Okay. So that must mean Boost is getting pretty aggressive there.
Yeah, I see. I think a 3 straight or even a 4 straight could come. And yeah, just making sure he had it.
Hondo. All right. All Boost needs is just a focus here.
Yep, exactly. That's going to be APT going into Wampa, but if he isn't able to get Iden off take off the ability from Iden this turn, it's going to be all for nothing.
Yeah, you could have jammed Vader there too. That's true. Jamming Vader. Oh, Vader's hate to
That'd
be
be
jammed.
fantastic.
So we get an oddball turn away.
He's trying to set up the block.
Yeah, going for a block for that 4K. I don't like that there's a target lock randomly on the board. I have no idea whose target lock that is. And Contrail clears. Look at that. That's pretty nifty right there. You have to worry about Vizier, though, but that is a pretty nifty nifty clear there. So,
does he decide to do a boost target lock? Yeah, looks like he's reaching for it.
I would assume so. Because you have to, at some point, start getting damage in here. You just have to.
It looks like he might have the lock or the arc onto Iden, possibly. Nope, goes the Jingoist.
And we do get the block
bump from Obi.
Yep.
Yeah. And the 4K blocked. Beautiful. So they'll take Vader out of the hunt here for at least a turn or two.
Yep. Yep. I do like that block. That definitely you are losing one of your ships in that fray there.
Yeah.
Do I have ads when you join? I don't remember turning ads on. Maybe Greg turned ads on. I don't remember ever having ads on the stream. You should still subscribe, Sherman. Or if you like the commercials, you can subscribe to our Patreon. So, all right. So we're gonna get Vader with a naked shot, one hit into oddball. And one evade, so no damage into oddball. And Contrail, yes, Contrail should be stressed. We aren't allowed to interact though, so yes, Oreos. I do like Oreos though, not a lot, but I do a little bit. All right, so now we've got we're gonna get some Contrail action here. One of the captains is playing. Yes, there was a captain in here earlier.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name. I have to go back up and look. Vader did 6 damage in one round.
And we get a blank out here of the Jingoist.
Well, that's 2 hits, right?
Yeah.
None of them are crits, though. Good thing that Jingoist does not have...
And we get a sync console over to Obi-Wan going into the Jingoist here. And that is a range 1 shot. Obi gets hit, crit, is going to spend the lock, and does not convert.
Jingoist still does have a focus, but only 1.
And that will be a kill. He's deciding on Iden here. And yep, we get Iden here. It turns off her ability, so Wampa is vulnerable here. And this is going to be a range 0 shot going into Obi-Wan here.
focused Obi-Wan. 2 hits though. That's pretty good for naked dice. And 3
Obi-Wan
evades.
says nope.
Vader. Vader does all the damage, and now Obi says no, thank you.
Obi-Wan says he is the master.
Yep. So we do get the jingoist right going back into Obi. I'm assuming
Obi-Wan.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I still think it's a little bit of a trap, but I mean, Obi's still fully modded. I mean, do you just go into boost here and try to strip that focus? I think you go into boost and try to strip that focus, right?
Yeah. I mean, although reds do tend to get more results mathematically than green dice, so there is a possibility that you do hit Obi. But yeah, you got to be worried about the APT.
Yeah, I still think you. I don't know. I still think you take the shot into to boost there. I just think that's what you do.
Yeah. And yep.
Nope, gonna go into Obi. All right.
Obi will lose the focus because of the ability.
They're calling time for some reason.
It was for the evade on contrail that wasn't there.
Okay.
Oh, and choosing to shoot at boosts and rolls just a single crit.
Yep, 1 evade. All right. It was worth it. Try anything to try to strip that token there. All right, so boost churn. We get the APT. That is a sad Wampa so far. That's a crit and 2 hits. All right, we're going to spend the target lock. And we get to and spend the focus. You might as well.
Wampa needs a full string here.
Yep.
And we'll spend the evade, gets 3.
Yep, Wampa's going to get 3, so it all will depend on that crit here, right?
Oh, the whole deck. No,
it's a hull breach. All right.
No, he brought the whole deck. He just flipped the entire deck.
Okay. Well, we know there's a hull breach on the bottom.
And we know there's a direct hit on the bottom.
Yeah, hopefully reshuffle it. Reshuffle it. I hope you don't get a direct hit.
There we go.
Yeah, it's a console fire. Oh, no.
Still die. He can still die, yeah.
Yep. So that definitely good churn for the Republic here.
Now, Hound does have a shot still, so he could still potentially finish off Wampa, but we'll get the first shot here from Vizier. That's a very tempting shot into Hound, but you also do have an unmodded contrail in front of you.
Well, the question is, do you think you could take Hound off the board?
With an obstructed shot, I don't think so.
Yeah. So then take it. Nope, he is going to go. Okay. He is going to go into Hound.
And it only gets 1. He does have a Palp Focus or a Palp Force. And that's going to be 2 that goes into the lat.
And I think there you do that, right? In case you do get the 3 hits and then Wampa actually gets to shoot. Like if Wampa gets to live here.
Yeah.
Wampa's going to be taking that shot right back. Getting Hound off the board is pretty big, honestly.
And nothing.
Do you want me to turn the timer back on? Can I do that?
Yeah. And console fire here for hounds, nothing happens. And the console fire for Wampa does kill him, but he will get a shot here. And he's going into hound.
Oh, and he blanks
nothing.
out.
Oh man.
Can you turn the timer back on for me? I can't get my mouse up that high.
Yep, no worries.
Thank you. Oof. Yep, and you're gonna have to take some time off the clock if we're gonna match it. You started counting the timer up, buddy.
That's how they started the match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll let him know. Street timer.
Thank you.
So yeah, big round here for the Republic, making up for that initial big hit here from Vader, who's kind of now trapped in that corner over there. Going forward here for the Republic here, do you start turning your attention back into Vader, who's going to be turning around?
I would not know. I would go take all those ties off the board and start keeping those objectives. Idins burn, Idins charge. You're still at pretty much 4 health. Yep, Idin to get use. So you just to me that you 100% you just 100% do that. I think if you go, because you're gonna go clean up Idin. Idin's 3 points. The Jingoist is at 1 health. That's 1 point. You're in a perfect position there to just knock all those ties out. You could probably take boost and do a turnaround maneuver with boost, right?
Yeah.
And then that sets boost up to kind of be in the fray.
Do you drop the proxy here from Contra?
It's yeah. I don't know if I would or not personally. I probably would hold on to that because I don't know if it's worth it. Because if Vizier's gonna chase you, Contrail's still at full health, right? So
yeah,
I don't think I'd do that. I think I would keep that personally. I would keep the proxy personally. Because if Vizier comes in and does it, if he goes left, he's not going to get hit. If he goes straight, he'll get hit. If he goes right, he'll get hit. But I'm assuming he's going to go to the left. Vader 1 bank. That would be hilarious.
So Sherman, I say we ban Defender Vader for 1.0. There we go. All right. And he's just taking a look here at the potential moves here for the Torrent here. Now, if you're Vader, I think the 4K is definitely the way to go. You'll still have plenty of space there. Although I would also consider the Heart 3 to the right into a potential boost.
What is this import card here?
Did no one really change my time?
Oh, damn. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yes, we have Oddball on stream here.
Oh, no, for what?
Yeah, so I don't think Vader won hearts here. And no, I would not. I don't want to ban any of these. I don't actually think the Vader Defender is the end all be all here. To be perfectly honest, Vader getting that much damage on Hound is a little bit of a fluke in that manner. And I think here we'll see. If I'm contrail, just like I was telling JJ, I would not drop that. I would save it for when he decides he's gonna get too close.
Yeah. I spend most of my time just filling out stuff. Alright, how'd you pick? All right.
I don't know what they're debating there, but
Now, interestingly, so far, 7th Fleet Gunner hasn't been activated yet. I guess, the Iden trigger was definitely a factor there, but I will definitely expect to see 7th Fleet Gunner be a factor for this shot, or at least the next shots. Yeah, big turn here. Both players just checking and rechecking and rechecking. You definitely want to make sure you get the correct styles there. And the initiative roll here goes to the Republic here. They will be moving first for this turn.
oh. Yeah.
All right, the first move here is going to be Hounds, who's going to do a 2 bank. Hopscotch's over boost. Considering his actions here, I think he still has a Honda coordinate here still, and will actually close the console fire.
I said
we get the 1 bank here from Vizier. He does get right past the cloud there. Does have the action available here, and will jam Contra here. Next up, we get a 4K from Boost. Gets right over Hound and is set there. And we get a bump here from Iden. We'll take a red focus. Next up, we get the Jingoist, who does a 5 straight, hopscotching over Iden. Isn't still a few arcs here. Looks like reaching for the barrel roll, and will arc dodge boost, but still will possibly take a shot here from Hound.
Yeah, I think definitely taking that shot from Hound, unless for some reason we get like enough damage into Iden to make it worth it. Oddball. Oddball's just saying you can't have a 4K. We just don't care what you're gonna do. You can't have a 4K.
Yeah, Oddball's here just to disrupt Vader. That's it.
That's hilarious.
He's executing Order 66 again over there in the corner. We get the 2 bank from Obi. We'll clear the stress.
Vader 1 bank looks amazing. I will tell you, I will tell you, Firecast. I have ran Defender Vader in person, and I have 100% used the Vader one bank and one hards. I have definitely done that, just to mess with the opponent, especially when I'm at full health and don't need an evade. So,
All right, and we get the force barrel here from Obi-Wan. He's in a pretty good spot there. He's probably still within range 3 of the Reaper.
yeah, but I don't think if you're Obi, you're too worried, right? Though that 7th Fleet Gunner, trigger here, right? That 7th Fleet Gunner can, depending on what Contrail does, I think gives, boost that extra die if he needs it, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Can you 7th Fleet Gunner yourself too, or no?
It's another friendly ship.
Gotcha.
And we get the target lock set up here on Vizier. And just an arc.
Just barely. Yeah. So if you can't 7th Fleet Gunner, I mean, like, that seems like a lot of points here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now we do get Contrail not being able to take target lock or a focus here. So definitely a good play. Vader did not do a one bank. Vader's just saying, all right, I'm running away now.
So I think that was a misplay in the Republic. I think you still clear your jam because you still have the availability for Satine. And no shot from Contrail, no shot for Vader. Moving on to no shot for Oddball rather. Now moving on to Contrail. Looks like he's going to choose the possible range 1 here into Iden.
I mean, I think you do. I think you start putting some of that damage in there. I mean, I guess you have you could just be done with it and try to take the other one off the board, but we have a million dice
we'll
over
get
there.
the trigger here for 7th Fleet Gunner, range 1 into Iden.
Yeah.
Does have the reroll for fire conversions.
Yep.
And gets hit
and
crit. And we get a crit going into Iden, and that's a shield down.
Yeah, it's just a shield. Not a big deal, right?
Iden's okay. And you definitely want to try to take out Hound.
Yeah. Let's get that. Let's get Hound off that board there. Yeah. Oof.
And only rolling one focus. Spends the focus. And this will be a big turn here if the Republic is able to convert. Oh, no, it takes one more. Okay. Hound down to 1.
See, and here's where you could have
dedicated.
Oh,
Here we go. Does he have a token? No, he doesn't. Man, Satine, that triggering here is huge. Like, you need those mods here.
Yeah, see, and I'm surprised we haven't seen any of the Satine triggers, right?
Yeah. It looks like we get a range 1 back here into... it looks like a range 2 into the Jingoist.
Yeah, don't go into Iden. Get the Jingoist off the board here.
Hey, crit. He's pissed.
Man, the Jingoist just says, I don't care. I'm going to live to see another day. And he doesn't have Contrail, does he? No. Yeah.
2 hits.
Don't you have Palp there, too?
Palp was spent on the Iden shot. And right. Obi-Wan says, no, thank you.
Now, at this point in the game, right, you're just... There's no real reason to finish going into Iden, right?
Yeah, and there should be an arc check here for boost, just to make sure he didn't have a shot, but... So
the Republic gets that point.
So the Republic gets 2 points here, and no objective scored here for the Empire.
They get the center one then, right?
Nope, because it's contested equally between the medium bases.
They must be hovering over one I can't see then.
Yeah, there's one directly underneath boost.
Okay.
The Republic here at the end of turn 4, just hanging on to their slight lead here on objectives here with the Lat on fire. Has one hull left, and it's just dying to survive here. But it does have an escape vector here to get away and hopefully survive. Maybe the next turn, we'll see.
Yeah, because really, who are you going to be worried about here? You know, there's nobody. A Vizier, I guess, coming in at a range 3.
Yeah, that or a hard one from Iden if Iden decides to pursue.
But that's really the only thing you have to, and the Vizier is at the same initiative you are. So I guess if you lose Vizier or if you lose Hound, but you at least get your shot off and you get all your stuff off. Did they fix the console fire? They did, right?
Yes, Hound did fix the console fire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Firecast, I definitely agree. Louis, definitely doing a great job recovering from that initial trouble that he had with that Vader attack. Vader being a non-factor for the last few rounds here after the blocks from Oddball. So great job on keeping Vader out of the fight and giving a chance for the Republic to take shots off of the rest of the list.
So if you're a Vizier, do you just not care about the proxy that's coming your way? Because you have to drop the proxy here. Like, to me, the proxy is super important right now.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the part where you need to set that proxy up and hopefully set up a good follow-up shot from Obi-Wan here into Vizier. And looks like Spain will be taking first player this round.
All right, so we are getting the
overtuned modulators.
Yep, overtuned thing. Yeah, whatever here. So I wonder, and we're getting the disarm. Yep.
And that's the 7th Fleet Gunner reload for the Republic. And yep, here we go. Here comes the proxy.
And that's a sad thing here. If you're the Empire, do you just take that, or do you just go around?
Yeah, that's a tough call there.
I mean, because some of me says you do a stop, because they have stops, right? You just do a stop right here and don't go anywhere. Nope, you're going to take it. Never mind. Never mind.
And Sherman's in chat, maybe the real objective are the friends we made along the way. He's absolutely right. Yeah.
One down on Vizier. That is it.
Not the result you wanted there for the Republic, but absolutely great for the Empire here.
Did he take an action? I didn't see an action.
I believe it was a focus. Let me just double check. Yes, it was a focus token on Vizier.
Okay.
And he's thinking about possibly the Hondo coordinate here.
The record, hold on, let me go back to my sheet and make sure I have the correct. The record is Spain has got 2 wins and a tie, and Malaysia has 1 win and 2 losses. So I believe they said Malaysia 2 is probably out of the running, but could knock Spain down. I don't think with the 2 losses, they're going to beat if Wales wins, I think Wales takes it over Malaysia, even if Malaysia wins, because they'll have 2 ties and 2 wins. But this is to help hurt Spain a little bit here.
So back to Hound's action, he chose to do the Hondo action onto Aiden, giving Aiden the coordinate. Aiden was stressed, so wasn't able to get an action, and then jammed the focus off of the Reaper. Brilliant play there from Louis, just getting that awareness there. And we get the 2 bank here to the right for Aiden. Doesn't have anybody really in arc here to take a shot. Probably just going to go defensively, and we'll take an evade.
Yeah, I think I think if Spain loses this one, it puts them down so that it makes things a little bit more easy for another team. If Spain wins, they're in. So again, I'm not super up on like how all of it works because I'm not like the genius on some of this, but and that's a little we're getting the jingoist to move back a little, or to do the barrel roll to the back, hoping to catch the back end of boost there.
Yeah,
but I think if you're boost, you can just boost, right? And then you're out of arc.
Exactly. Oh, and that was the forgotten target lock from Vader.
All the way in the back.
And now Oddball chasing Vader here.
And there's Contrail.
I think you just focus here with Contrail. You got enough rerolls from fire conversions. And the sloop here from Obi.
Yep.
Oh, and Vader, the Dark Lord of the Sith. He's looking to get some payback against Oddball here.
Might as well, right? You're already in there. You have your bullseye pretty close to being lined up. You just take the target lock here.
Yeah, although you got to be concerned about the ion cannon shot coming in, or sorry, the ion torpedo shot.
Oh, we're gonna get a boost. He has prockets. He has prockets on Oddball. Did Bader just boost into procket range?
That's very close. Now here, oh man, oh my gosh.
So we do get the boost.
Go. Yep.
From boost. Boost is boosting.
Range 3, so no procket shot coming back into Vader.
All right, Vader is very lucky there. We'll get the HLC.
Oh,
and you
man,
don't even need
string.
roll. You just spend it. Just spend the force. Oh, Oddball.
And we got a juke trigger.
Yep. You got to spend that focus here. I guess you don't. You could just you go to 1 health. No, you spend the focus. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, no. You want to survive.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you could do it. You could get crazy here, you know. That was 2 damage, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 2 damage onto Oddball from that shot. All right, here we go. Republic time. You get the range 1 here into the Jingoist. And we get a 7 Fleet Gunner trigger here. And we have fire convergence here. Only able to convert 1. He does have Besh. And we'll spend it, make it 3 hits. And
And he gets-
oh man,
You gotta
Wow.
be kidding me.
wow!
Oh my gosh.
And that's the
Oh.
only shot too he had. All right, next up here be Obi-Wan, possibly.
Mm.
But it's just discussing the that last shot there.
Keeping Vader out of the mix has made this a very low scoring game.
Yeah. And I think that's exactly what the Republic wants right now, is just to keep this low and close.
All right. So we get Obi-Wan. Looks like he does have the Jingoist if he wants to get crazy. Still try to take that ship off the board. I think you do. He didn't point,
And-
but I'm guessing that's what he's doing.
It looks like that was a shot into the Reaper.
All right.
He's debating. I think you spend a force just to potentially get some damage. Oh, spending the lock. And we'll get two hits.
All right.
And one down. One goes into Vizier. Shields down.
And we already saw 7th Fleet Gunner trigger, correct?
Yes, that's right, on
Okay.
the contrail shot.
Yeah.
And here we go. Ion Torpedo here going into Vader.
Now this is his last one, though, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And he will spend the lock here. Ooh,
Not
only
what you
getting
wanted to
two.
see. So we'll put it, pretty much it's just 1 damage, and Vader just says, no, thank you.
Oof. That is not what he wanted to see.
All right, we got the Jingoist. Looks like only has boost there. No one to give strain to. 1 hit. Going to be taking 3 strains at the end of the round. Yeah, boost.
And there we
Boost
go.
Don't care.
Range 1 here into the Reaper.
Two hits.
And we do have a force available. Though it looks like he's saving it for offense. I think you're absolutely going to the lat here.
Yeah. I mean, you really just need those points, you know? Oh, you did not that way.
only
You
gets
aren't going to get
one.
him.
And we have a dedicated trigger.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
And
my
he
God.
lives!
This stupid hound does not die. Come on, hound.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
Oh
Ugh.
man.
That clone, I'll tell you what, that clone, 100% of the time, just is pretty angry. And now he's going to get to shoot back at, or he won't get to shoot because he's disarmed. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We still have not seen a Sabine trigger, a Satine trigger, right?
Yeah, no, not at all.
Okay. Because I did step away for a second there, but we have not seen one. So there's 1 point. 2 points for Republic, right?
And 1 for the Empire. Or actually, 2 for the Empire. So we have 8-6 going into turn number 6.
Where's the second one? Oh, does he
Uh,
have
there-
both of them?
Yeah, it looks like he has both by the Reaper.
Yeah, those
That
big bases,
Reaper
I
with
tell
his
you.
weight in points right now.
Man, Well, so we know where Vader's going to be. So Oddball could just block Vader if Vader 4Ks, right?
Yeah.
So if you're Vader, since you know he doesn't have the you can shoot protons though at range 1. I don't know. Do you just turn away with Vader now and go after boost? I mean, because, like, I don't know. Oddball is worth 4 points. Boost is only worth 3. They haven't been able to do much damage to either one.
Yeah. And, with only 3 minutes left, it's going to be tough to get another full round for Vader to come in and try to, like, affect the center of the board. So I think you try to hunt down Oddball here and just hope for the best.
Okay. And I guess that makes sense, because you're going to turn Iden in here, is my assumption, to go after Boost. Because if Boost doesn't do something to get out of the way, he's going to bump Vizier. Or Boost will just be out of the fight for a turn. Which I don't know if that's bad. Do those things have 4Ks on them too?
The Reapers? No,
the Boost.
Oh yes,
The
they should
Z95s.
have the 3 and the 4K. Yeah.
Yeah, so that, I mean, if you do that, you just do one of those, right?
Yeah.
Try to score some objectives with Boost. I mean, because if you get 2 objectives, and I wonder if we're going to see like a Vizier Boost 1 Talon again.
I think we see a full stop here, mainly because you're in the middle of 2 objectives here to contest, and if they don't take you out, you're going to score those 2 objective points there.
But I think if you stay there, you will get Obi's just going to come in and kill you. Obi's going to initiative kill the hell out of you. You are not going to live.
That's a possibility.
Because he just has 2 bank in here, or 3 straight boost, and he's going to have a bullseye lined up. I don't think you do that. To me, I would go for the block. And if you're the lat, you're just going to have rerolls for Vizier.
Yeah, and this is definitely going to be the last round here. So this is going to be a big round. See if the Empire can pull it off here.
Well, are you sure? I think our timer's off compared to theirs. They're at 106.
Yeah, they also had their time off for some time. So.
Okay. Well, then if you're the Reaper, you're not going to do that. You're going to go in to the lat to try to get that point. And it looks like Spain will get initiative. Though here I don't know how much it matters too much other than the lat and the Reaper here. Yep, and so we get the lat going, or the Reaper going in on that lat.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to set up the kill here onto Hound. And I don't think a 2-4 from Obi-Wan here is going to clear.
So you think we're going to get a Hondo jam again?
It's a possibility. Ooh, okay. That makes me wonder where he's going with Obi-Wan this turn.
A 5 straight, you think?
That's our 5K.
Or you just bump. You just bump and hope you don't get too much damage. You bump, and then he's going for that Reaper. He's got that bullseye on him. You bump. It's a 1 forward here to clear the stress.
And a Hard-2 that barely avoids that obstacle there. Looks like he has. That's a really tight. I think it might be just out of arc there. I think he might have to barrel roll here in order to get a shot onto the Reaper.
And I think you do, right? Like, I think that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just going in. Because if you get it, you still get the lat rerolls, right? So.
There we go. We do get the barrel roll here. A 4 straight from Iden, and Iden almost hits that proxy mine. Oh, man, that would have been really bad.
Yeah, see, and if I would have him, I would have done that 3 bank then. Because I don't think he's going to have arc on oddball unless oddball just goes 1 forward.
Yeah, in Spain here, definitely going for the objectives here, trying to get some final points here before the end of the turn.
Yeah, but I think he's debating, is that Jingoist right in between 2 of them? It's pretty close. I would say yes. Though I think Contrail can just 1 heart here, right? Barrel roll.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a unique decision by that oddball there.
Yeah, he's trying to kind of gauge between the 3 straight and the 4K, trying to potentially like block one of the 2. And we get the 2 bank here from Contrail. I think a barrel roll here, and you should be good.
Yeah, I think you. I think you 100% do the barrel roll here. Like, there's zero reason not to.
Yeah, because you had the strained Jingoist right there. Why not? And there we go.
Well, that was, it barely fits there, but it does fit.
And yo, the bump here from Obi-Wan.
And they're gonna have to measure to see. I'm assuming it doesn't clear Vizier. Yeah.
So, just checking the log here, he tried to do a 3 straight, so he actually would have ran into the Reaper.
Yep. Okay.
And is able to take the red focus here. So that is a brilliant play.
Oh, oddball. You didn't call Vader there.
Yeah, I think he was planning for the 4K. Vader here, he's he's looking mighty hungry here. He's about to have him some oddball.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I think if Louise loses any ships, he loses the game.
Yeah, you're hoping to kill the Reaper before he kills Hound, and you're trying to have oddball hopefully survive.
And again,
He
here,
can still
where's our
survive
Sabine
oddball.
trigger? Why do we not have a Sabine trigger here?
Satine, yeah.
Satine, yeah, sorry.
Oh,
It's
there we
a
go.
focus?
We got this. There we go. As soon as he
Okay.
called, he pulls it out. There we go.
Thank God. Like, it's just like we haven't seen anything yet. So
There we go. And we get the Satine trigger on Hound as well, taking the evade.
Yep, see, there's that double. I love it. There's that double whatever you want to call it. Disarm token.
Double disarm.
Oh my God, Vader. All right. Vader's, yep, I'm just gonna malice. You get 2 hits, 2 crits. Doesn't matter what oddball really rolls, I don't think.
Well, oddball needs two paint. Is gonna get.
He's
gonna have to
got
spend
it.
both.
Yep, spend both.
He's gonna take 2 crits.
Yep. So I guess it'll depend on the crits, but with the luck that Vader has had. Oh, did he?
Lose stabilizer.
All right.
And disable damage sensor array.
Okay, so he does live.
He will probably take a shot though, range 3 from Iden, but oddball surviving is huge for the Republic.
Not dead. The probability was high that he was going to pull a double hit or a console fire, though.
Yeah.
Like that,
And
the
we get a
probability
ranged-
of that was very high.
Yeah. And the range 3 here going into Iden gets 2 hits. Oh my gosh, Iden.
I mean, at least it's not a crit, right? And she gets 2
And
evades.
Yeah, 2 evades. She's
You
cool.
don't care. Though I would say if those 2 hits went through, Contrail changes the target, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you then go into Iden because then it's like,
Yeah, here you just take your regular range 1 shot into the Jingoist, and just stay put. You don't need to 7 fleet gunner here. Save your 7 fleet gunner for the Obi-Wan shot, and just go from there.
Yeah, he's only worth 2 points. If he doesn't get it, that's not the end of the world, I don't think. And only one paint,
only gets
though.
one, but he has convergence. All right, and then
2 hits.
Can Besh? Oh no, he doesn't have the target lot. Never mind.
No. And
Oh,
2 events.
Natties!
That
No!
jingoist. That jingoist
Oh,
says,
man.
"Fuck you. I'm not gonna give it to you. I don't care." Oh my gosh. Oh. All
All right,
right.
here we go. Range 1 has him in the bullseye. This is the
God.
magical 5-die attack here. There we go. He flips it. He's going to get 4 dice, range 1, and then he'll add the focus with CLT.
So dirty. Oh,
He has
fire convergence.
Fire convergence.
Fire convergence it. Come on. Okay, he got
And
one
then
more hit
he
out of
can-
it.
He's going to, there you go, CLT, and then spin a force.
Yeah.
Boom. And we get 1 evade. That's going to be a marksmanship crit going in. So 2 hits. Here comes the crit. And that is a fuel leak.
So Vizier doesn't care about that either. All right, so Aiden, can you take Oddball out? An unmodded,
Unmodded.
range 3 shot.
Oh,
2 hits!
man.
2 hits! There we go! Come on, here goes. Oh!
He gets it!
It's like they couldn't roll reds and greens to begin with, and now all of a sudden it's like, hey, everything's natty. Let's just natty this shit.
Wow. Wow. Just
Excuse my language.
unbelievable.
So if they don't take Hound out here, like, so if Vizier does not die, because there's no more charges, right?
Yeah.
There's no more charges. This all comes down to boost here and objectives. Though it looks like Republic gets 1. So it looks like Republic will win by 1 if they can't kill any more ships.
All right. And there we go. 2 hits. That's going to do it for Vizier.
All right.
That's it. That's exactly what the Republic needed. And that's going to be a dead Vizier here.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. And it's initiative killed, so the Lat doesn't die. Very good game. Holy shit, folks. I'm telling you right there. That was crazy. Because, okay, so, yeah, good. I'm glad he's popping the objective. So here you have, right? Here we have definitely Republic. This one
Contested.
is a contested. No, nothing
Nobody in the
there.
center.
Huh?
Yeah, so just the 1 and 1 for each.
Yep. So that would have ended up being minus the 4 points. That would have been 8, 9, 9-7. Man, that was a close game. Woof! Holy heck. Holy heck there. Well, thank you all so much for joining us tonight or this morning or this afternoon, depending on where you live, for this amazing game. I will say this was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. When I saw Vader Defender, I was like, oh, all right, this is not going to be as fun. That Vizier play, totes my goats, man. Totes my goats on Juan's behalf. Like, that's definitely a really good play there. If you have not, you can go ahead and click on, I'm going to go ahead and put our links into the stream here. Link? Is it link? Maybe it's not link. What the heck is our thing? Links? There it is. There's the links. That's the links to all of our stuff. We do a podcast every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern or 100 UTC time the next day. you're welcome to join us for a live podcast. We do a whole bunch of stuff. This week's going to be Gen Con discussion, as well as we're going to talk a little bit about Turn Zero, I believe, because I think Turn Zero is becoming a very important thing again, now that we're learning what this meta can be. We're also having an XTC game that we'll be streaming tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night, depending, again, your time zone, at 2000 UTC hours. I don't know who I have, but I think I have USA versus Serbia. So we have Ken. Ken, I know Ken from USA, but I don't know who the gentleman is from Serbia. But we do have Serbia and USA tomorrow at 2000 UTC hours there.